Welcome to our channel. Today we delve into the darkness with 3 disturbing true blackout horror stories. Make sure you're ready for some spine-chilling tales. We're talking about those moments when the lights go out and fear takes hold. When the familiar comfort of your surroundings vanishes, replaced by an unnerving pitch-black void. Tonight we hear from those who experience these blackouts firsthand. Their stories will leave you breathless. It was July 13, 1977. New York City, a bustling metropolis teeming with life, was about to face an unprecedented event that would leave an indelible mark on its history. As the sun set and the sky darkened, the city was about to experience a night of unprecedented terror and chaos. Suddenly, a massive power outage plunged the entire city into darkness, creating an atmosphere of confusion and fear. Imagine for a moment the overwhelming feeling of dread as the lights flickered and died, leaving millions in complete darkness. Millions of people were suddenly trapped in an abyss, their senses starved of the familiar glow of the city that never sleeps. The vibrant lights of Times Square, the towering skyscrapers, all vanished into the void. But the darkness was only the beginning. The real nightmare was just unfolding. As minutes turned to hours, the oppressive heat of a sweltering summer night added to the growing sense of panic. The air was thick, almost suffocating, amplifying the fear and anxiety. Looting and arson became rampant, fueled by desperation and the anonymity provided by the blackout. Stores were ransacked and fires broke out, casting an eerie glow against the darkened skyline. The streets, once bustling with life, transformed into a hunting ground for opportunistic criminals. The sense of danger was palpable, and every shadow seemed to hide a threat. The air, thick with humidity and fear, crackled with the sounds of breaking glass, distant sirens, and the terrified screams of innocent people. The city was in turmoil, and there seemed to be no end in sight. One can only imagine the terror that gripped the hearts of those trapped in their apartments, listening helplessly to the chaos unfolding below. The elderly, the young, the vulnerable, all were left at the mercy of the darkness. The elderly, the young, the vulnerable, all were left at the mercy of the darkness. Families huddled together, trying to find comfort in each other's presence, but the fear was overwhelming. Stories emerged from the blackout, whispers of strange occurrences and unexplainable events. People spoke of eerie encounters and mysterious happenings that defied explanation. Some spoke of shadowy figures lurking in the darkness, their motives unknown. These figures seemed to move with an unsettling purpose, adding to the fear and paranoia. Others recounted tales of disembodied voices, whispering their fears into the night. These voices seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere, feeding the growing hysteria. Was it mass hysteria playing tricks on their minds, or was there something more sinister at play? The line between reality and imagination blurred, leaving everyone on edge. The 1977 New York City blackout serves as a chilling reminder of the fragility of our modern world. It shows how quickly order can dissolve into chaos when the lights go out. It's a stark illustration of what can happen when the lights go out, and our primal instincts take over. The blackout revealed the thin veneer of civilization, exposing the raw, untamed nature that lies beneath. August 14, 2003, a date that would be etched into the memories of millions. A scorching summer day gave way to an eerie stillness, the kind that makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. As the sun dipped below the horizon, a massive power failure swept across the northeastern United States and parts of Canada, leaving a trail of confusion and chaos in its wake. The Great Northeast Blackout of 2003, as it came to be known, affected over 50 million people, plunging them into darkness and uncertainty, a modern-day nightmare. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the land, a sense of unease settled upon those caught in the blackout's grip, a feeling that something was terribly wrong. The familiar hum of electricity, the lifeblood of modern society, was replaced by an unsettling silence, a silence that seemed to amplify every creak and whisper. In homes and apartments, families huddled together, their faces illuminated by the flickering glow of candles, their minds racing with questions and fears. The air, thick with the smell of melting wax and growing anxiety, crackled with whispered conversations and nervous laughter as people tried to make sense of the situation. Outside, the streets were eerily deserted, the usual symphony of city life replaced by an unnerving quiet, a quiet that seemed to hold its breath. Traffic lights blinked out, their absence creating a chaotic ballet of near misses and frustrated drivers, each trying to navigate the darkness. As darkness descended, the true extent of the blackout became horrifyingly clear. A vast swath of the continent plunged into an abyss. Hospitals struggled to keep generators running, their corridors filled with the anxious whispers of worried families, the beeping of machines a constant reminder of the fragility of life. Grocery stores, stripped bare by panicked shoppers, became symbols of the fragility of our modern world, a stark reminder of how quickly order can turn to chaos. But amidst the chaos and fear, there were also stories of resilience, of strangers helping strangers, of communities coming together to weather the storm, a testament to the human spirit. Neighbors shared food and supplies, their acts of kindness illuminating the darkness, a beacon of hope in a sea of uncertainty. In the aftermath of the blackout, many spoke of a strange phenomenon, a collective sense of unease that lingered long after the lights came back on, a feeling that something had changed. Some whispered of shadowy figures glimpsed in the darkness, their motives unknown, their presence unsettling. Others spoke of strange noises, unexplainable occurrences that defied logical explanation, adding to the sense of mystery and fear. Was it the lingering effects of the blackout on their minds, or was there something more sinister at play? The questions remained unanswered as the world slowly returned to normal. July 30th and 31st, 2012. These dates are forever etched in the memory of millions. India, a nation of over 1 billion people, experienced a blackout of unprecedented scale, a catastrophe that brought the country to a standstill. The 2012 India blackout, the largest power outage in human history, affected over 620 million people, plunging a significant portion of the country into darkness. It was a moment that highlighted the vulnerability of our modern infrastructure. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the subcontinent, a sense of unease settled over the land. The usual vibrancy of the evening was replaced by an eerie stillness. The familiar hum of electricity, the lifeblood of modern India, sputtered and died, plunging millions into darkness. The silence that followed was deafening, a stark contrast to the usual cacophony of urban life. The initial shock quickly gave way to a growing sense of panic as the true extent of the blackout became clear. People were left to navigate the darkened streets, their faces etched with worry and confusion. Traffic lights blinked out, plunging city streets into chaos. Drivers, unaccustomed to the sudden darkness, struggled to maintain order, leading to a series of minor accidents and near misses. Hospitals struggled to keep critical equipment running, their corridors filled with the anxious whispers of worried families. Medical staff worked tirelessly, their efforts hampered by the lack of power. In homes and apartments, families huddled together in the oppressive heat, their faces illuminated by the flickering glow of candles and oil lamps. The usual comforts of home were replaced by a primitive struggle for light and safety. The air, thick with the smell of melting wax and growing anxiety, crackled with whispered conversations and nervous laughter. The uncertainty of the situation weighed heavily on everyone. As darkness enveloped the nation, stories began to emerge from the blackout's grip, whispers of strange occurrences and unexplainable events. The line between reality and imagination blurred. Some spoke of shadowy figures moving through the darkness, their motives unknown. These tales added an element of fear to the already tense atmosphere. Others recounted tales of disembodied voices, whispering their fears into the night. The darkness seemed to amplify every sound, every fear. Was it mass hysteria playing tricks on their minds, or was there something more sinister at play? The blackout became a breeding ground for paranoia and fear. The 2012 India blackout serves as a chilling reminder of the fragility of our interconnected world, a stark illustration of what can happen when the lights go out and our primal instincts take over. It was a wake-up call for the nation and the world. The blackout was not just a loss of power, it was a loss of security, a moment when the thin veneer of civilization was stripped away, revealing the raw, primal fears that lie beneath. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed these terrifying tales, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more spine-tingling stories. Stay safe and remember, you never know what lurks in the darkness. But if you find yourself with the lights out, listening to every creak and groan of your house, remember the stories you heard tonight. Remember the fear, the uncertainty, and the darkness that can consume us all. And sleep well, if you can.